I felt responsibility. I fantasized about scenarios where my actions may have allowed a different fate for Abigail Hobbs.
I kind of believe him.
What did you say?
Christ. What the hell is this?
Welcome back.
He shouldn't be back. It is crazy to me how freaking amazing that pilot was. Matt Mikkelsen killed it. Also, our protagonist, Will, I don't know his name yet, but the actor knows how to just portray everything he's feeling. Him being uncomfortable, him being embarrassed, him being worried, him being straight-faced. Like, he portrays everything beautifully. Last episode, obviously, they threw me for a loop because I'm sure the showrunners constructed the show in such a way where, like, coming in, you would suspect Hannibal, even with the editing. And thanks to y'all in the comments talking me through some of the decisions made there, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one that got thrown for a loop. And all of you watching it here with me for the first time, let's get it in. I am so invested in how much Hannibal likes to just watch the building come crumbling down, because obviously digging into Will's mind, alerting the killer that Will was on him, just so he could sit back and just watch everything. It got me really, really intrigued. And also, like, Will, I'm just, my heart goes out to Will, honestly. Like, they did warn them not to push Will too much, not to let him too close, but like, Hannibal knows what he's capable of, and I can't wait to see how this show plays with it. The way it's meticulously handled episode 1, I'm like, oof, this is gonna be bloody amazing. So let's check out episode 2. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys for all the support. Let's check it out.
Previously on Hannibal.
Will was traumatized after that, honestly. Oh, we're picking back up right after the shots. Not even caring that he's missing the targets. Oh no. Will is not okay.
We're here.
Take him off the field. Are they on the second case already? Dog, give him a break. Or is this where the killer used to do what he did? Yep, his cabin. Was he a hunter? Yikes, collector.
Be a permanent installation in your evil minds museum.
Alright.
About Garrett Jacob Hobbs will help us catch the next one like him. Had to be some parts he wasn't eating. Disappearing these girls, butchering them, and then not leaving a shred of anything other than what's in this room.
Someone he hunted with?
Someone who was in a coma. Who also happened to be someone he hunted with.
His daughter.
Hobbs is a suspect.
Spent a lot of time with his daughter here. She would make the ideal bait, wouldn't she?
Hobbs killed alone.
How you figure? Ooh, piece of hair. Hunting partner. Oh, we finally have an intro, an opening. Because I was wondering last episode, we didn't have one. He don't like that.
This is how I caught Garrett Jacob Hobbs. It's his resignation letter. Left a phone number, no address, that's it. And dumb luck. Garrett Jacob Hobbs is dead. The question now is how to stop those his story is going to inspire.
Progress.
Already got one admirer.
Ambushed?
Well, this is an ambush?
Ambush is later. Immediately later. Soon to know. When Jack arrives, consider yourself ambushed.
There's Jack.
Here we go.
Class.
They applauded it was inappropriate.
And they've okayed active return to the field.
Question is, do you want to go back to the field?
I want him back in the field.
What does he want?
We starting now?
The ambush?
Other session wouldn't be with me.
Hannibal Lecter's a better fit. Your relationship's not personal.
You've never killed anyone before, Will. It's a deadly force in humans. A lot to digest.
That was the first time.
You just pulled the trigger 10 times.
Wait, so psych eval isn't a formality?
No, it's so I can get some sleep at night. I asked you to get close to the Hobbs thing. I need to know you didn't get too close. Therapy doesn't work on you because you won't let it.
Because I know all the tricks.
Have a conversation with He was there. He knows what you want.
Y'all don't even know the half of it.
Come on, Will.
Here we go. Obviously, anytime these two men are in a room together, I am nervous, I am anxious, but I can't wait for them to start talking, because we kind of know, not know all the way, but we kind of suspect what kind of game Hannibal is on, or like just how fascinated he is by Will. And it's like both of them in the previous scene don't know that they're sending him into the lion's den, thinking they're sending him to get help. Mickelson, man.
Your psychological evaluation, more or less sane. Well done.
Did you just rubber stamp me?
Yes, by paperwork.
There you go.
Jack
See?
thinks I need therapy.
What you need is a way out of dark places when Jack sends you there. Saved Abigail Hobbs' life, you also orphaned her.
You were there, you saved her life too. Do you feel obligated?
Good question.
Yes, I feel a staggering amount of obligation. I feel responsibility. I fantasized about scenarios where my actions may have allowed a different fate for Abigail Hobbs.
I kind of believe him. Because again, I was saying what experiences I have from watching Silence of the Lamb about how he has his own set of like morality and principle. So like when he's saying something like this, that he feels an immense sense of obligation to her, and him maybe thinking how some of his actions might have given her a different fate, I kind of believe him. Because yes, maybe he wanted something, he wanted to, like I say, watch the dominoes fall or watch the house burn down, whichever analogy that I use, but I also believe he probably didn't anticipate for her to get hurt. So that's the part he wants to take back. But for everything that happened with Hobbs, I think he's cool with that. So I kind of believe him until the show proves me otherwise. And obviously, let's not drop spoilers in the comments whatsoever, but I kind of believe him.
How does that make you feel? I find it vulgar.
Me too.
Oh, he'll have one of us ask her.
Is this therapy or a support group?
For real.
It's whatever you need it to be. The mirrors in your mind can reflect the best of yourself, not the worst of someone else.
Yeah, it's almost like scenes like that make me feel like no harm is gonna come to Will from Hannibal. Because there seems to be a genuine sense of care, but also fascination. And
What is that?
I bet it's marijuana. No, it's a marijuana plant.
Christ. What the hell is this? Oh my god.
See isn't a prerequisite for teaching.
Been in the field before.
Now you're back in the saddle.
10 shots to drop Hobbs.
I just wanted to add this. This is also crazy because like he didn't miss any of those 10 shots he took at Hobbs. He was laser focused, right? Because seen from his pictures, but seeing him miss all the shots here, I'm sure there's a deeper meaning to all that.
That would have been funny.
You're a weaver. You are tight.
I got stabbed when I was a cop.
Yeah, I got stabbed in the 3rd grade with a number 2 pencil. See if that helps with the recoil.
It's better. I'm all the way down here to teach me how to shoot.
Jack sent me down here to find out what you know about gardening.
Yep. Someone is growing mushrooms. It's out of the box. This is not natural, is it? Was something put in them to make them...
Therapy might work on you after all.
Therapy is an acquired taste, which I have yet to acquire, but it served your purpose.
Local police found some tire tracks.
Too
on the
soon.
service road. Some small animal traps in the surrounding area.
My goodness.
Various stages of decay, all very well fertilized.
They were buried alive with the intention of keeping them that way.
Long enough for the fungus to eat away any distinguishing characteristics.
Administer intravenous fluids after they were buried.
Wow.
No restraints?
None at all.
Dirt.
Welcome back.
He shouldn't be back. Okay, so now it's making sense because coming in... Yep. Suspect her. Coming into the show... I guess similar to when I first watched Silence of the Lambs. Coming into the show, I just assumed that the show will be about like catching Hannibal, like he'll be the main suspect. And I love that he wasn't. He helped. So in this show too, for some reason, like going in, obviously, you know, Hannibal is the guy. So I love that every episode is like a different, almost like a different killer that they investigate. So yeah, similar to Silence of the Lambs in a sense, where like our main character Hannibal is not the one that they're going after.
I'm one of the parents of the explorers who found the bodies. I wanted to thank you for being so good with all the boys.
No, you're not.
They are good boys. Would it be in a position to ask a few things? The boys are gonna have questions, and I just want to be as honest with them. Like, tell me what that man is doing over there by himself.
He's some kind of special consultant, works for the FBI.
She's digging. Yep, he's doing the thing. The sound effect too is so good. I'm thinking of The Last of Us. Bodies, mushrooms. What are you seeing, boyo?
I do not bind his arms or legs as I bury him in a shallow grave. He's alive. Will never be conscious again.
God.
He won't know that he's dying. My design.
Like, what kind of zombie? Oh. Hobbs is affecting his investigation.
We drove separately.
God. Bro, you ever heard the term faith worse than death? God, mushrooms growing out of you, man. Interesting, because I think, I mean, we all know he's not ready to get back into the field, but it's almost like seeing Hobbs' body there. It's like if anyone was doubting that he wasn't ready, it's like, I mean, he saw him in the shooting range, saw him here. Clearly not done with you.
An association?
I saw him lying there in someone else's grave.
Did you tell Jack what you saw?
Of course not. It's your secret.
It's stress. You displaced the victim of another killer's crime with what could arguably be considered your victim.
Consider Hobbs my victim.
What do you consider him?
Dead.
He said dead.
Is it harder imagining the thrill somebody else feels killing, now that you've done it yourself?
Because yours replaces it.
Why did he leave them exposed? To hold their hands? To feel the life leaving their bodies?
Yeah, no, it's too esoteric for someone who took the time to...
He was cultivating them.
He was keeping them alive. He was feeding them intravenously.
But your farmer let his crops die, save for the one that didn't.
Well, and the one that didn't died on the way to the hospital. No, they weren't crops. They were the fertilizer. The bodies were covered in fungus.
Intricate web of connections.
Maybe he admires their ability to connect. Human minds can't.
Interesting. Oh. She's everywhere.
Yes.
Good evening. Please come in.
I want to know about her. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the beginning, she was selling pictures from investigation sites on like a special website, I believe. Because even at the last site they were, she took some hidden pictures, and she's also fascinated by Will, I'm assuming, and she was listening in on their conversation, or just on Hannibal, because it doesn't seem like Will is still in here.
I've never seen a psychiatrist before. You're one of 3 doctors I'm interviewing. It's more or less a bake-off.
I'm very supportive of bake-offs. It's important you find someone you're comfortable with. May I ask why now?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions first?
Of course not.
Here, I was wondering...
Are you Freddie Lawrence? This is unethical, even for a tabloid journalist.
Tabloid journalist.
I'm so embarrassed.
He's on your ass.
I'm afraid I must ask for your bag.
What?
Your bag. Please, hand it over. I'd rather not take it from you.
He is not playing.
Thank you.
Recording our conversation.
Our conversation, yours and mine. No other conversation.
No.
You were very persistent about your appointment time. How did you know when Will Graham would be here?
Yep.
So recorded your session with Will Graham.
You didn't answer the question. How did you know? Sit by me.
Interesting. I mean, even the way he handles someone trying to mess with him or someone trying to investigate him is like, you know, he just has his way about him. Like, if inviting her to come sit with him. This dude, man. This dude. Like, he was onto her immediately. And during that scene, I was just thinking in my head, yeah, Hannibal didn't make it this far by being an idiot. Like, he's thorough, cautious, all that. And something I was thinking about earlier too is the way Hannibal watches over Will and kind of asks Will questions, and it's kind of like picking at Will's brain and wanting to see how Will reacts to the crime scenes and the murders and everything. It was kind of funny in my head. I'm like, it's almost like you guys who have seen the show watching me watch it and experiencing it for the first time. You guys already know everything, but you guys are just intrigued at how Frank is gonna put this together and what will Frank do when he has this or that part of the story. You know, there's just that fascination. It's like, oof, I want to see what this person is thinking, feeling. So I won't be surprised all the questions Hannibal is asking Will about the scenes and the murders. Like, he probably knows all of it or has a very good clue or good idea. But you know, the fun of it is what pulls him there to Will.
Delete the conversations you recorded. Doctor-patient confidentiality works both ways. You've been terribly rude, Miss Lowndes. What's to be done about that?
Hello? What kind of a... Is that Miss Lousy?
With a Cumberland sauce of red fruits.
What kind?
Pork.
Wonderful. I don't get many opportunities to eat home-cooked meals. My wife and I both work.
Next time, bring your wife. I'd love to have you both for dinner.
Thank you.
I'd love to have you both for dinner. If you've seen my Silence of the Lambs reaction, you know why I'm laughing right now. I'm having a friend for dinner.
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
I'm having an old friend for dinner. What the f?
The security system all set up.
I'm sorry, y'all. Karma. Oh God, I died. I died when I heard that. I'd like to have you both for dinner. Jack is freaking roasting his mother up in here, man. I wish she wouldn't cook. Boy, couldn't have been that bad.
Well, I believe that a guy like Will Graham knows exactly what's going on inside of his head, which is why he doesn't want anyone else up there. You think Will Graham's a broken pony?
I think you think Will is a broken pony. I want to understand why you're so delicate with Will. Because you don't trust him or because you're afraid of losing another pony?
I've already had my psych eval.
Not by me. You've already told me about your mother. Why stop there?
Yep.
All right.
He makes you want to talk to him. Gus, what's up, buddy? And I just want to add this before we move on. Please don't answer this in the comments. But the way Hannibal looks at people when they're about to eat food he serves, and also looks down at the food and be like, it's making me think this man is feeding them food, freaking human meat. It's almost like he gets a in my head, it's almost like he gets a satisfaction that, oh, I diced it up so well. Like, I put my foot in this whole meal. God, bad. Bad verbiage to use. Like, he put everything he got in that meal so much that it could pass as regular food. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like he's proud of himself when he sees it be confused with actual, like, good non-cannibalism food. Because he did the same thing with Will when Will was eating the scrambled eggs with the meat, and he did it right here with him. So half of my mind is thinking that, the other half is thinking about what I said last episode. I feel like he would find that disrespectful to, like, give someone that without their consent. But obviously don't answer the question. I'm sure the show will let me know eventually. But yeah, the way he looked at it, I'm like, oh brother, I don't know what to think right now. Virginia.
Highly concentrated mixture of hardwoods, shredded newspaper, and pig poop. perfect for growing mushrooms and other fungi.
It was not the mushrooms, though. They all died of kidney failure.
Dextrose and all the catheters. He probably used some kind of dialysis or peristaltic to pump fluids after the circulatory systems broke down.
Oh my God.
Don't take that personally, buddy. Oh, I'm not recovering. Feed sugar to the fungus in your body. The fungus creates alcohol.
Not just alcoholics who have compromised endocrine systems. They all died of kidney failure. Death by diabetic ketoacidosis.
Interesting.
Did you know they were diabetics?
We don't know they're diabetics.
No, they're all diabetics. He induces a coma and puts them in the ground. A doctor or a pharmacist, or he works somewhere in medical services.
He buries them, feeds them sugar to keep them alive
Interesting.
long enough for the circulatory systems to soak it up.
So he can feed the mushrooms. We dug up his mushroom garden.
He's gonna want to grow a new one.
Why get fertilizer when you can grow it off humans?
Gretchen Speck. Horowitz.
Oh, it's just Speck. We're divorced.
Is that him? Or is that her?
Oh, just the wrong one. Just.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
She's his next victim, huh?
There you go. Oh, could you sign here, please?
Wow.
And that's your correct address?
That's how he finds them, the address. What is wrong with people, man?
Mrs. James. If you could sign here, please.
Or these poor people, they don't even know. Oh, they're on him already? Oh, well. It would have been easy to track. Because if they look up their care provider.
All over the county. One pharmacist all over the county as well. Floater. Floater's floating. Right here.
Yeah, it was easy to track him down.
Put your hands in the air!
Or he's already gone.
Special Agent Jack Crawford. Which one of you is Eldon Stemets?
Eldon was just here.
Is his car still in the parking lot?
Give me your baton.
Or he said, I'm boring up. He already has one in there. Jesus.
Am I gonna want to hear this?
No. And yes, but mostly no.
I don't want to know what that browsing history is, dog.
Tattlecrime.com.
The FBI isn't just hunting psychopaths. They're headhunting them too, offering competitive pay and benefits in the hopes of using one demented mind.
Keep going.
It's about Will.
Go on.
Mm-hmm.
One demented mind into a lot of detail.
Son of a bitch.
Will does not want this. And I'm wondering how Hannibal is going to use her. Because again, Hannibal has shown so far that he loves to, you know, mess things up here and there just to see the chaos. So I wonder how he's going to use her to like keep with Will or like the case or the investigations that they go on. You know, just an extra element of chaos. Hannibal gives me the feeling of that person that sees ants walking carefully in a line and tries to pee on the ant or tries to like mess up their routes just to see how the chaos would unfold. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me mastermind energy. He probably told her to write that piece.
Miss Loans.
FBI, open up.
All clear.
I appreciate the pageantry, Agent Crawford, but you can't arrest me for writing an article.
You entered a federal crime scene without permission.
Escorted by a detective.
Under false pretense.
It is as good as permission.
You lied to a police officer.
You can't arrest me for lying.
She got a point.
You got all that information from a local detective.
And Hannibal.
Lots of talk about your man, Graham. Local police detective looking for a pissing contest with the FBI might have some insight.
The unfortunate timing of your article allowed a murderer to escape.
Oh, her hair was in the scene.
You were in the Shrike's nest. You know how I know? Because you left one of these hairs behind. You contaminated the crime scene. Just like everywhere you go, you contaminate crime scenes.
Let her know.
You don't write another word about Will Graham, and I won't have to.
What will Hannibal say about that, though?
You used me.
He's involved too. Because I noticed the looks he was giving Hannibal. I'm calling Will Hannibal. I noticed the looks he was giving Will when they were doing the autopsy. He was giving Will a lot of looks. at the time in my head, in the back of my mind, I just assumed because Will is just answering questions that they haven't gotten yet, and they're supposed to be the experts, you know. So I thought it was just like a jealousy thing, but interesting. So I need to check up on Will, dog. Where's his friend? Who's coming? Holy shit. That's his friend. Is he dreaming?
Discuss better times. The old lady said that in her opinion, Europe was entirely to blame for the way things were now.
Reading to her.
You're reading.
Harry Potter.
Flannery O'Connor. When I was Abigail's age, I was obsessed. I even tried to raise peacocks because they are really stupid birds.
Reading to a killer.
Yikes. Hannibal has planted it in your head.
It's Jack's and you. I don't think we've ever been alone in a room together.
I haven't noticed, have we?
No, we can talk about or not talk about whatever you want.
I'm glad he has someone like her.
Don't feel sorry for yourself because you saved this girl's life.
Don't feel sorry for myself at all. I feel good.
Oh, I believe him. Oh, that's the officer she talked to.
Half that information wasn't for me.
You may have made some inferences.
They think I told you all of it.
I'm sorry I got you fired. They're gonna fire you. Jack Crawford will make sure of that. I can help you get work outside the force if you want me to. I know people in private security.
Not the first cop you got fired.
Guarantee you it pays better. Thanking me.
I read your article. Tell me about Will Graham.
Hey, yo. Where do y'all keep finding these man?
Miss Lowndes, you all right? We have an eyewitness to the murder. We don't need Will Graham.
Someone find me Will Graham!
Thoughts leaping from brain to brain. They mutate, they evolve. Someone who understands him.
His brain.
What did you tell him?
Yep.
I need to know.
What did you tell him?
What did you tell him?
Why?
Everything?
Hell no. I was wondering, cause like initially I was thinking every episode is gonna have its own like for lack of a better term, villain of the week. So like I was wondering what the other purpose was for like the girl still being in the story. Obviously to have someone for Will to connect with. But I had zero idea that they were gonna connect the girl to like this episode's killer. That is how you weave a freaking long story together. It's a freaking onion, man. I love it. And of course now I think back why she told him everything. She was at gunpoint, so she had to talk. Abigail, nah. At this point, Hannibal might even get involved too. Because, you know, Hannibal says he feels a great responsibility for her, so... Game over. My God, you like mushrooms that much? What the hell? Run. Run. Go empty another 10 shots in there, my boy.
Where is she? Abigail Hobbs, the girl in 408. Where is she?
Please hurry up. Go, 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 go. Freeze. Thank you. Wow, he didn't kill him this time. Good job, Will.
We all evolved from mycelium. I'm simply reintroducing her to the concept.
By burying her alive?
The journalist said you understood me.
I don't.
Well, you would have. If you walk through a field of mycelium, they know you are there. They know you are there. The spores reach for you as you walk by.
Last of Us.
When you shot Eldon Stamets,
God.
who was it that you saw?
I didn't see Hobbs.
Progress.
Then it's not Hobbs' ghost that's haunting you, is it? It's the inevitability of there being a man so bad that killing him felt good.
Just
To prove that sprig of zest you feel is from saving Abigail, not from killing her dad.
I didn't feel a sprig of zest when I shot Eldon Stamets.
You didn't kill Eldon Stamets.
True.
I thought about it.
If your intention was to kill him, it's because you understand why he did the things he did. It wasn't the act of killing Hobbs that got you down, was it?
Tell us.
You really feel so bad because killing him felt so good.
See?
Killing Hobbs.
Episode 1, bro. This man, I was always worried that him getting into the killer's head to analyze the crime scenes was dangerous. Like, there's no way that don't impact you in a way. And it's like the way Hannibal is analyzing and dissecting it right now, it's like you loved killing Hobbs. Not just because you were liberating the girl or saving her life, but because, like Hannibal alluded to, like you understood, you killed him because you understood what he was doing. Because of course he does, because he always gets into their heads to analyze the crime scene, at least visually, like what we see, right? So this is part of what I was scared of. Jesus Christ.
He does it all the time. Are we not created in his image? God's terrific.
I feel good about that.
He felt powerful.
Dog, a new atheist have entered the chat. This show, man. And the episodes are so short as well, like 45 minutes, but 45 minutes filled with gas. Like no wasted scene, no wasted conversation. I want to watch that whole final scene again of their conversation. It's like, this is amazing. So essentially, is Hannibal trying to tell him that if you had killed this last dude, that means you would have admitted to yourself that you understood what he was trying to do, or the sense in what he was trying to achieve. Because even as he was there bloodied up on the floor telling him about how he was going to connect with Abigail if he had buried her, I'm sure Will was like picking up what he was putting down. Because I feel like Will is one of those characters, like his superior said earlier, is like Will seems like the kind of person that knows exactly what's wrong with him. That's why he don't want anybody there. So this scene is just showing me that like Will, more than anything, is trying to convince himself that that's not the case, and that he didn't feel how these two killers felt, or at least try to empathize with their plans or their way of thinking. So it's almost like him deciding to shoot him in the arm is him telling himself that, or trying to convince himself that, oh, I'm not like him. If I killed him, then I'm probably kind of like him. And obviously Will's a character that, in my opinion, he's suppressing that side of him. And just like a lot of things we hate about ourselves, when we see it in other people, we try to also like suppress it in them, you know? So it's almost like him killing these people is him trying to kill that part of himself because he feels it so strongly. I love how Hannibal dissected all that for him. But then I'm not even seeing it as Hannibal trying to help him. I see it as Hannibal just like wanting that flower to like blossom for his own viewing benefit. That's what I'm thinking. And Hannibal does this thing where he's like, he's helping Will discover these things about himself or admit it to himself, but he's not shutting it down or not saying how it's a bad thing or a good thing. No. He's saying how it's a good thing or how it's a beautiful thing. It's almost like he's trying to like, I don't know how to verbalize it. Like, it's almost like he picks up on what Will is doing, recognize that objectively it's not a very good or healthy thing, but he also put like a positive spin on it, like him making the example with God killing those people, and I bet God felt powerful. Aren't we made in God's image? He's like the ultimate devil's advocate that makes you see like the good side of even the most heinous shit, you know what I'm saying? What you yelling at me for? What's up? I haven't seen you all day. This man just came in here and started yelling at me. And why don't you yell to the people? I came back from work. I looked everywhere. He was probably under the bed. So screwed. Why are you licking my ear, dog? Does your cats do that? One of you here on Patreon told me the reason a cat licks ear is like there's a special enzyme or something your ear secretes that cats are interested in. Show a little freaky ass. But yeah, man, this is so fascinating to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's finish the episode out.
And are we not created in his image?
He's almost enforcing it.
God's terrific.
God feel good about that?
You felt powerful.
And the way the music intense right after he said that too. This is a masterpiece, dog. Masterpiece. Golly. Best believe I'm counting down till episode 3 is watched. I'm counting down. So many things to love about this episode. Just this idea of the whole season will have like a motif that comes back or a through line that comes throughout the whole story. Like the fact that Abigail is still relevant in episode 2. I'm sure she'll be relevant for the rest of the series. I love that as well. I also love that like we're encountering like new cases and new investigations. This one threw me the F off. I have never, well, I don't consume a lot of true crime shows like this, but I'm sure True Detective will be something similar to this. I don't know if any of you have seen X-Files. I can't remember much because I was a kid when my family used to watch X-Files, and I remember getting this airy feeling while watching it, and I got that from this episode, like very heavy. But dog, I have never encountered anything like this with the using them as a farm, as a mushroom farm while they're alive, and his whole philosophy and theory about how it connects them and this, that, and the third, and how his job gave him almost the perfect way to like get to these victims by giving them the wrong insulin. My goodness, the way the bodies were found, everything, how the story connected his shooting with what's going on in his mind and him killing them or his decision not to kill them. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. That last scene that we just dissected about how the conversations Hannibal have with him. Hannibal serving Jack Crawford food. Obviously, don't tell me in the comments if it's human meat or not, but it's like the way he always looks down at it like someone's like, yeah, eat that. Eat that ear. Absolute banger of an episode. These episodes are way too short. I'm used to Interview with the Vampire and The Wire with like hour-long episodes or like hour and 10 minutes long episodes. But I'm like, this is light work. I would watch another episode, but I have to finish watching Hamilton. I already put Hamilton part 1 up. I'll put part 2 up on Patreon tonight. Thank you all for watching. See you in episode 3.